Alright, we're back with another A7. I know we just worked on an A7, but this one's got a little bit different problem. This one, the LCD panel doesn't work, and also the memory card light, I don't know if you can see it, but the memory card light, or the access light, or the boot up light, wherever this light is, continues to stay turned on. So I don't know if there's something wrong with the memory card reader. Oh, actually, you know what? Since the LCD panel doesn't work, it's a high possibility that the fuse for the LCD panel may be blown. Otherwise, we've got a bad memory card reader causing the issue with the LCD panel, because the power for the LCD panel runs through the memory card reader ribbon. I know it's kind of weird how it routes the power on these, but that could be a possibility. We might be able to get away with replacing the memory card reader, and the LCD panel is good and the fuse is good, but a lot of times when I see the issue with the memory card reader, the fuse is blown and the fuse has got to be replaced also. So yeah, could be something along those lines. We'll see what we find when we get in there. I'm hoping that the fuse is good, because it's just kind of a little bit of a pain. The A7s, the original A7s are not too bad when it comes to replacing that fuse. I have replaced that fuse a few different times with success. So far I have yet to have success with any of the A7 II lines with replacing that fuse. Seems like something else is involved when that fuse is blown on the A7 II lines. So anymore, I try not to get any of those cameras that have, oh, we've got a screw missing there. I try not to get any of those cameras for the A7 II line. Now I'm wondering if we've got some foul play on this camera. Oh yeah, because this screw here is usually never in place, even though it shows in the manual. And that's a number 1, so that's interesting. Even though that screw shows as it's in place in the manual, I've never actually seen it in place on a camera. And then this screw is wrong. This is the number 2. That's where that number 1 likely was supposed to go. These should be number 1s, and they're number 2s. So that's number 1, so that's right. So how many more of these? Okay, that's number 2. That screw is missing. We're going to have to take the front grip off, so this one's got to come out. for the LCD panel is coming up with this. See that? That screw is missing. I could have swore that that connector is supposed to be black, but maybe not on the A7 line. Record button was not in place, really. The correct screw was there. A lot of tension on this. Something's going funky with this inner panel here. Somebody get this far and then just give up, because they're also missing the two screws here that hold on the inner bracket. This foam pad doesn't seem as if it's been moved. Neither does the pad underneath of it, because these are routed correctly. So I wonder if somebody was feeling brave for a short period of time until they got to that panel being lifted off. This is routed correctly, so yeah, I don't think they got any farther than lifting the back panel off. Alright, so now we need to check this fuse out real quick. This one right here. Looks like we've got a blown fuse. Yeah, those fuses are good. That fuse is blown. That fuse is good. So we got a blown fuse. We might have a bad memory card reader. Yeah, I'm looking this over. I'm kind of curious. Where's the light for that memory card reader down here? The little, oh, it must be right there. Okay, yeah, that must be it. It's kind of strange. There's like a residue on that memory card reader. Yeah, it's kind of weird. There's like a weird hazy residue on that reader. Yeah, that must be the light right there. I think now I have seen bad, oh, come on, bad capacitor or shorted capacitor here. Haven't figured out what causes the short. Yeah. So that's our problem. No format. Yeah, this was the one that was no format from the other video. See how that's how it's supposed to be. This memory card reader is bad. I haven't figured out what, as of yet, I haven't figured out what actually causes, or which part is bad. Like, is it this power piece here, or is it any of the other components? I think I was trying to narrow it down with some of these other ones before, but I could never figure out what the problem was, just because I'm not really used to diagnosing these things. But this has got a short to ground in this one. I don't really like this for some materials. Short to ground. I'm gonna get myself this is a paint marker. I need to get a standard Sharpie over here for different things. Now this ribbon's probably good. Yeah, the ribbon's good. So we got to replace this SD card reader, and then we got to replace that fuse. So this is that reader that we took out of the other one. Might be okay, because I had found there was corrosion on the ribbon. Do I still have the ribbon? Let's see if I still had that ribbon. Yeah. So this is the original ribbon that came off of this reader after I took it out. I noticed there was a little bit of corrosion on the back end here. You can kind of see it kind of lines up this corrosion with the corrosion that's on the back end of this. So I'm hoping that the pins were okay. It's just causing the corrosion here, so I won't know until I test it. I really do need to test it. Should I be testing it with one that I am replacing the fuse on? I don't know. Maybe not. You can kind of see the corrosion there. I'll use a little bit of maybe a deoxit on there. This might be kind of dry. I might have to get a new one of those. Where is my deoxit? Just let that soak in the deoxit a bit while we play with this fuse. Whew. Really haven't used my soldering iron for a little while. Oh, Jesus, cat fur. flying all over the place. Okay. So I don't think I'm going to need the hot air gun here. I have done this with the hot tweezers a few different times. I guess I first have to find out whether I have a fuse. I'm pretty sure I do, but let's see, where are my fuses? This is the LJ fuse. That is an empty bag. Okay. Yeah. Part number, microfuse. Yeah, LJ fuse. I don't know if that's kind of come across. You're not probably going to be able to focus on that. Trust me, it's the right fuse. I need a little bit of water. This isn't on yet. Oh, you know, I did get myself a new soldering fume extractor, so maybe I should actually probably use that, huh? I haven't used it yet, but it's it should actually work. My other one was trash. All right. There's a battery. Pardon the noise. I do kind of need to see if this, because I haven't used it yet, I need to see if this works. be centered, but I think it's on there. Let's check the fuse. Okay, so the question is whether or not you can get to both sides on this thing. I don't remember which grounding pad it was. Maybe I can do that was a battery charger, not. Boo. Betty's clawing my couch. Okay, so I can get both sides of it there. Okay, so we're good. All right. All right. Now the question is, do I want to risk it with that? Not really. I'm going to have to order more memory card readers. Come on. Come on. Come on. Alright, so this ribbon, this needs to be pointing up like that. Kind of follows this up like that. And the other thing is just directional. These tabs go to the motherboard, and these don't have tabs, so that's another way of kind of judging which end to be using. So this camera was set on, for Finder Monitor, it was set on auto. So when we put this back together and test it, we should be able to know right away, as long as the LCD panel is good, of course, whether or not this worked. Since we're testing, I need to validate that the panel works prior to putting everything else in place, so I won't be putting on the thermal pad just yet. Put a couple of these in for stability. Uh-oh, and we got a problem. Boo. She is crying. Which means she won't stop crying until I go upstairs and move her food to the front of her bowl and watch her eat. But we're going to test this piece out first, and then I'll have to take a quick break. And then this battery was good, yeah. Good enough. Okay, so we should know whether we fixed it. Cross your fingers. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Oh man, that's great. That's amazing. And the finder, the EVF is working also. Proximity sensor. Yeah, we're good. Okay, all right. Betty, you're going to have to wait, baby. I just have to button this up now. Oh man, that's great. That's amazing, guys. That is amazing. It's been a little while since I had to replace a fuse. That one went actually quite well. I didn't want to jinx it until I tested it by saying something, but that particular fuse replacement went very, very smooth. And I guess maybe it helps that I took a couple extra steps that I don't know. I'm not the greatest solderer. Soldering, whatever. But you know, I've watched plenty of videos from Northridge Fix. I am a complete novice when it really comes to soldering. I'm starting to get a little bit better, and I took a few steps there that I don't know, I normally wouldn't. A lot of times I end up just putting solder on top of whatever solder is there. This time I really cleaned up the area, put additional solder down to then clean up the solder with the solder wick, and then start over with new flux, put some solder down, and then put the part on, you know. So I think that might have helped me in this particular instance, and I'm just going to have to remember to continue to do those steps, because I'm pretty sure, you know, honestly, I'm not sure about this solder. I'm not sure if it is leaded or unleaded, but I'm pretty sure there is a difference in some of the solder that's used on the Japanese-made electronics, or even maybe even all electronics now. I don't know if it's a requirement now. I know there are requirements around electronics and what kind of solder they can use, and some solder doesn't behave exactly the same as others. I think it has something to do with melting points, and I don't know. I'm just not an expert when it comes to soldering, but regardless, I think the extra steps that I took might have helped me. And you can see that it's not completely centered, like the flux didn't get to a point, or it didn't heat up to a point to where it like centered itself onto the pads. But fortunately with the A7 line, these pads are a bit bigger than the A7 II lines, and even the fuse itself is bigger, about twice the size. So these are just a little bit easier to do, but I'm pretty stoked. Very happy with how that turned out. Okay, How's stuff looking? Okay, good. Good. Okay, alright. Move along. I thought Boo gave up and went upstairs and ate. No, she's behind me, staring at me, waiting for me to finish and get up. And there she is. Oh, rubbing on my legs now. Oh, Boo. Betty Boo. I'm almost done. I know. I know, Betty. Oh, goodness. Oh, come on now. There it goes. There it goes. Okay, screw, 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 screw. All right. Up, down, up. Oh yeah, it's the A7 line, not the A7 II line. She's starting to become impatient. I'm coming. I'm almost done. Betty. I know, baby. Oh yeah. yeah, I did grab two number ones from another location, so that's why we got an extra one there. Around here I got some more. Oh, that's actually a nice one. Yeah, that was a nice one too, wasn't it? I like to keep the nicely painted ones for finishing screws on the outside of the camera. They look better than the beat up ones that you always see on the outside. I know, Betty. I'm just about done. Five more minutes. You know, I didn't test any of the top ribbon stuff. I really probably should have before buttoning this up. I guess I assume everything was working, so I put it back together since that was the only problem that I initially saw, the LCD panel. So if this does have additional issues, I'll make a part 2, but I think we're going to be good. It's actually in pretty decent condition. The edge panels are really nice. LCD panel's nice. There wasn't any corrosion really. It's got the top hot shoe still in place. So yeah. It does need a little bit of a sensor cleaning, so I'll have to get that done. If I put a battery in it, huh, dude? Okay, yeah, that shutter sounds really nice. +3, -3. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. And all the up, down, left, rights work. Review button. Yeah, we're good. We are golden. This thing's going up for sale. Yeah, that was fun. That was great. Went really smooth. Hour. Wow. Yeah. Hour-long video for fuse replacement. Yeah, man, that's good. Hopefully any future fuse replacements for these will go that smooth also. But yeah, here we go. A7 LCD panel troubleshooting ended up being a fuse and a bad SD card reader. So replace the SD card reader, replace the fuse, tested, we're good. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed that one. Take care, have a good weekend. Bye.